And welcome once again to the Retro Renaissance podcast. This is officially episode 4 because I'm a dumb cunt and fucked up the recording on episode 3. So, we have with us tonight, I'll introduce the two normal monkeys first. First of all, we have Thomas Brahilia. How are you doing, Tom?
Hello. I'm good.
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 The Scotsman with the Hotsman, Mr. Monkey Space 5000. How are you?
Yes, I'm good, thank you very much.
And finally, we have our new co-host who has decided to do this once a week with us. He can't tell the difference between meals and fizzy drinks, but here he is anyway. Woodland 37. How are you, Carl?
Best I've ever been, loving life.
The best there was, the best there ever will be.
I'm on top of that mountain. I've reached the peak.
Well, you're the size, I can't imagine it's that difficult. Now, let's...
At my weight it is.
Yeah. Just always remind me of that wrestler. What's his name? Oh, never mind. Fuck it. Monsoon or Typhoon or something like that. Anyway.
What? I remind you of him. I remind you of him, you cheeky bastard.
Well,
have you seen the size of him and the size of me?
I'm
like him on Slim Fast.
I could have said Big Bam Vader or Rikishi or Yokozuna. You know, it's
Yokozuna? Is he not that sumo guy? You're comparing me to him? He's a proper fat cunt. Hey. That's not me, is it? Oh, sorry.
Shots fired.
Is it a family show?
Well, with you on, I doubt
it was.
Right, gonna do it in an hour tonight, folks. So get through it because Monkey Spaz needs to masturbate or exercise or star wanking.
Star wanking.
Star wanking. What the fuck is star wanking?
What is star wanking?
That's what you do.
You tell us.
It's a cross between a star jump and a wank.
I need to see some demonstrations, please.
Well, you would, you fucking...
Do you really want to see that?
You all thought me...
We'll all send you a demonstration video.
Anyway, let's begin. I know Carl's had a big haul, so Carl, tell us what you've received recently and what you've been playing.
Right. Okay. So, what I've received... Well, what I've been playing is I've been playing a game that was recommended by one of the 16-bit brothers. I think it was Danny, El Shaddai. I've been playing El Shaddai. Been playing that on the PS3. Gorgeous looking game. Very much like if you're into your hack and slash, you know, a bit repetitive, like Devil May Cry's and Bayonetta and things like that. If you're into that, you'll love El Shaddai, that's the type of game. So that's what I've been playing recently, which I've also picked up. And in the last 2 days, I've actually got 3 Mega Drive consoles.
What?
Now, I know. 3 Mega Drive consoles. Now, 2 of them I knew I was getting. They've all come off YouTubers. They're all, all free from the GPOYT, good people of YouTube. And, but 2 of them I knew I was getting. I was getting a PAL console, which I knew about, and I was getting an Asian console for any Japanese games that I wanted, exclusives or anything like that, which there are a few. And another YouTuber a couple of weeks ago said to me, he's got something for me, but I didn't know what it was. I had no idea what it was. And he'd had a lot of stuff he needed to deal with, and he got back to me on Monday saying, I've sent your parcel. So it's come yesterday, and it's another Mega Drive with a load of games. So I've got like to start me off anyway, I've got like, Sonic 2, Mega Games 3, which has got the 3 games on Alien Storm, Super Thunderblade, Super Monaco GP. I've got Super Real Basketball because I'm into me sports, so he sent me stuff I like. 688 Attack Sub. Don't know that one. Simulator series. I think I'm going to be too thick for that one. It looks far too intelligent for me. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try and sink some fucking subs with that. Probably my own. And I've got Mega Games 6, which has got World Cup Italia, Golden Knight, Streets of Rage, Revenge of Shinobi, Super Hang-On, and Columns. And it's got the EA Sports doubleheader with John Madden Football, love my American football, EA Sports Hockey, love the hockey, and Bulls versus Blazers. It's not going to take long, this, fellas, don't worry. I'm trying to rush through. Madden 94, that is awesome. Been playing that today. And Carl sent me Ocarina Fella 84 off YouTube. He sent me one of my probably one of my favourite Mega Drive games, and I remember this was one of the games that I played very first of all on Mega Drive, along with Sonic, as everyone did. But The Legend of Galahad, absolute superb game. I love it. Yeah, so that's what I've got. So that's what I've picked. And as for 2 other pickups that I've got, I think that was the question, was it not, Chris?
Yes,
I don't know.
That was the question.
But the other question, the answer to it is Donkey Kong Jungle Climber. I got that on the Nintendo DS, which you use the kind of a weird game, really. You just use the top buttons on the shoulder buttons to kind of grab onto pegs and swing round with Donkey Kong. I don't think it's the most popular game on Nintendo DS, but I bloody love it. And this other one that I got, I don't know whether I mentioned this mentioned this before, but I got this from Japan, and I've never heard of it or seen it before. And I must admit, I'm a bit pissed off with it, and I'll tell you why. I got Mega Man Zero Collection on the Nintendo DS, which has Mega Man 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. But I started on Mega Man 1, which I guess 100% of people would, and I can't do the first fucking boss, and it's pissing me off, and I thank you.
That's it.
Just remember, kids,
That's it.
Because you're a games collector doesn't mean you're a games player. Now,
you son of a bitch.
back to the question in hand. Monkey Spaz, you're going on an epic quest with your pickups.
Yes.
I am. I'm not sure if I've set myself up for failure or bankruptcy, one of the two. But
I doubt it, living in
basically
your
gonna get
paid home in the middle of the Scottish forests.
my kingdom. Basically gonna go for a SNES complete PAL list, unboxed, because I'm not that mental. But I was having a good look last night, and some of the games are classed as rare. Still, even unboxed, go for silly money. But they will be the last games that we sort of go for. But yeah, 530 something games I think there was. Hold on, 2 seconds. 500, 200, 300, 400, 536 PAL games.
I will keep an eye out at Boots for you and so forth down here, because I know what it's like up there. Nobody lives up there. It's a zombie country. So
yeah, we barely have electricity up here, so
well, you barely have fucking internet by the sounds of it. So that's more or less the same thing, isn't it? Electricity and internet.
Yeah,
might as well be to us. So okay. Do you know a funny little tidbit here? I actually upgraded my internet recently with Virgin, and now it uploads and downloads a Storm, so I can actually upload a YouTube video in less than 4 hours for a 10-minute video. So that's good. But you probably still do the same thing that I used to do, which is you leave it on overnight because there's no fucking way it's going to be ready in the time that you've just finished taping it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do it over. I do heavily compress a lot of my videos, so they come down in size a lot. But still, 9 out of 10 times, if it's like a half-hour video, it has to go overnight.
Yeah, it's a pain. You would have thought, being the creators of the World Wide Web here in England land, or the Great Britain, if you want to include you, I suppose, that we'd have better internet speeds, but we're one of the worst for it. It's terrible, really.
It's balls.
I have excellent speeds. You've just surprised me, you fellas, with this downloading 4 hours for a 10-minute video. If I do a video, it's uploaded within 5 minutes. I don't understand what that's all about.
Well, we don't use Tesco Value webcams, so it's it's a little.
I don't know what. No, I use that. Is it?
Well, the thing is,
BT Infinity I've got.
Tom,
is it to do with your internet speed that does that?
I don't know what Tom
is
like.
BT Infinity is quick though.
Yeah, but Tom,
but that's what I'm saying. I don't understand how it works.
Well, it all depends on how close you are to your exchange or whatever. Where I am in Bristol, I'm right on the outskirts of the city, so the exchange is ages away from me. So the speed was always
You're
poor.
too close, you. If I had my way, you'd be in bloody sea somewhere, you.
Well, I'm fairly close to Wales, to be honest, but let's not go there. Then Monkey Spaz lives out in the middle of nowhere. And I think that's correct, isn't it? And you're going to live even further out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go for a 3-mile hike in the morning just to get some fresh water.
Yeah. You might as well... James might as well be living in Ethiopia. And
I was just going to say that then, but I didn't know how close to the bone that would be. Now you know what Africans feel like.
And I don't know how
I didn't want to do that.
I don't know how it is in St Neots now, Tom, but when I lived there, it was pretty diabolical.
Internet-wise?
Yeah.
Or hit and miss?
Much better. Yeah, I don't know. Mine's not too bad. It's being a bit shit today, though, to be fair.
It's a small town, so it's nowhere near a city, so there's not as many exchanges to pump info through.
No, definitely not.
So that's the issue. But anyway, so Epic Quest there, I really am looking forward to it because I'm kind of getting that Nintendo pull now of NES and SNES, do you know? And are you going to do the case thing we talked about?
Yes, I've got the sort of what do you call them? The universal case things, whatever they are.
Universal cases.
Yeah, I'm going to see how that goes. Obviously, it'll add a bit onto the cost overall, but it's better than having 1,010 grey lumps of plastic kicking about somewhere.
Yeah, I just think because it's the problem with, for the American listeners, which will be about one, the problem with Super NES games is that for the States... You all right there, James?
What the fuck's that noise?
I don't know. Somebody's dying. That's Carl. That's what that
everyone okay?
is. That's Carl.
What? Sorry. What?
Go.
I'm in kitchen. Listen, I'm in kitchen here at washing machines going on a spin.
Oh, I thought it was
so
Darth
if you can
Vader.
hear something, is it? Oh,
That's
could
why
have
I
been
am
me
your
then.
father.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Wait a minute. Hiya, Darth. Yes, pleased to meet you. Yeah, I'll see you later, mate. I'm doing a podcast.
He's Bristolian.
All right, see you, pal.
Darth Vader.
Is he? Darth
Yeah.
Vader?
Yeah, he's
That's why nobody likes him.
Well, his voice was American, but he's the same guy who played the Green Giant, and on the TV ads. It's Laura, my missus. It's her granddad.
That one.
Yeah, Laura's friend's
Is he
granddad
really?
is Darth Vader. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, seriously.
Well, that's a small world.
It is a small world. Anyway, but they didn't want to have him doing the voice because could you imagine? Here, Luke, I'm your father. So they got an American voice actor to do the speech for him. But yeah, no, it is.
So why? Hold on a minute. Hold on. I've got a problem with this. So why didn't they just get the American in the first place? Because Darth Vader's got a
He's
fucking
not
mask
tall.
on. So who gives a shit about that? You could have got anyone off street.
Well, this guy is exceptionally tall.
What's that? What do you mean?
Maybe
exception-
James Earl Jones is claustrophobic.
No, you should have just got any basketball player off street, put him in Darth Vader's suit and ask him to breathe heavy.
But he wouldn't have been a thespian.
That's all well,
They should have got Kareem
this first
Abdul-Jabbar.
time. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar should have got him.
Oh
You
dear.
What the fuck is going on here, guys?
I have no idea.
Anyway, the SNES cards in the
Yes,
UK don't
I've got
have the
some.
nice little thing on the end like the American ones do, where
Yes.
you can see the end label, so you can't stack them nicely. So James is going to have a look into some universal game cases where you can print off covers and put them on.
I've got some on the way, so I will do a video once they come and whatnot and see what they're like.
Lovely. Right, enough
Is
of
that,
that
is, that,
shit.
is that the cases you're talking about? The actual cases, and then you print the covers, is that right?
Yeah, I'm not printing the covers though. You pay an extra 30 pence and you get them printed for you because I'm
Ah,
not.
right, okay.
Do you know what I mean? I can't be arsed with that crap.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, yeah. It'll look nice on the shelf, won't it?
yeah, they
When
should
you
look
put
nice.
on-
That's the whole point. Aye.
Shelf
Yeah.
porn at its finest. And finally, Tom, before getting sidetracked onto anything else, what have you picked up and what have you been playing, mate?
What I've been playing lately, I've been on the survival horror tip. I can't believe I just said tip, but yeah, I've been playing a lot of survival horror games. A lot of Silent Hill, Eternal Darkness. I'm still trying to make my way through the Resident Evil remake on GameCube. I still haven't completed that yet somehow. But I was also playing a game called Haunting Ground on PS2, which was
Oh, I
released
know it,
by
yeah.
Capcom, where you're basically a girl trying to escape from a castle and running away from your grandfather who's trying to rape you.
Trying to what? Trying to what? Give you
He's based-
a nasty hug.
He's kind of got like the flaming corpse of your grandfather or something, and he's just like trying to rape you. And you can't really fight. You can only you can hide or there's a
do you know,
dog you
I
befriend.
did hear about this game. I understand it's being re-released in a HD remake,
Really?
and it's going to be called Operation U-Tree. Um,
Oh, dear me.
Ding! Shots fired. But yeah, other than that, I've been playing through the power of emulation quite a lot of Famicom games, which I can't really find the cartridges for. But in Japan, they have kind of a section dedicated to something called Kusage. Has anybody ever heard of this?
no.
Kuso gay, no.
Kusage basically is Japanese for like shitty game. Like Kuso means shit and gay means game. And there's some games that are just so bad that they're kind of beloved over there, I guess. They have like whole sections.
Oh, it's like the B movies that are so terrible that people love them.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. So I've been making my way through some of those, and there's a couple which are like notorious Kusage games in Japan. One of them is called Beat Takeshi's Challenge, and the other one I've been playing is if I can say this, it's Ganso Sayuki Super Monkey Daiboken.
Jesus.
What
Yeah.
did you just call me?
It's basically Journey to the West. Do you ever remember the old TV show Monkey? Monkey.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, yeah. You need to have a look at videos of these games, especially Beat Takeshi's Challenge, where like
Is it like Takeshi's Castle?
no,
is it
not
nothing?
as,
No.
not as such. No, the only way to beat the game is there's a stage where you have to sing karaoke into the Famicom's microphone.
Oh God.
And there's another stage where you have to put the controller down for an hour and just leave it for a full hour. It's terrible. But yeah, I've been playing some shitty games over the past couple of days.
Jesus Christ, you have, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
Put the controller down for an hour. Well, at least I bet Woodlin would still fuck that one up.
Yeah, you need to check these out. Super Monkey Daiboken. But
I'd like to play these actually. Because I like shit games. I'd like to play these.
That's
I've
why you
never
like
heard of
American football games, isn't it?
yeah,
Hey?
Super
You
Monkey
son of
is Super Monkey's like a action role playing game, but it was recently discovered that there's like a somewhere in the game there's like a hidden message from the game's programmer, like head programmer, and basically translated it loosely reads: designer Kairo Nakajima, 26 years old, born 1960. I want to lick your pussy. I want a perverted miss. I like vagina. I like clit. I like vagina. And maybe something else about fucks like a tiger. But yeah, fantastic
Nice.
game.
He sounds like a top man.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of pickups, I did mention what I'd got last podcast, but someone lost it. Shots
yeah.
fired.
Fucking
Yeah.
John Matt Caveman Ninja over here. You need to put that club down, get out your cave, and start fucking doing this podcast right. We've already done this.
I know, and you were tedious the first time, Woodlin. Right.
Yeah.
Now he's full time.
Yep. You were that bad.
He's on the staff payroll.
Yeah.
Nobody else would do it. Is that right? You asked everybody else. I was last resort.
You weren't the first choice. Let's put it like that. That's,
Woodland is doing it because no cunt wanted to.
I think
it.
Woodlin just likes to hear his own voice. That's all it is, really.
Don't we all? That's what this podcast is all about. Like, and star wanking.
Star wanking.
I
Anyway.
do like that. That's brilliant.
Let's
On with the show, Chris.
let's get on to the first topic. So, I don't know. We've obviously welcomed that knobhead to the team, so we don't need to do that. So the
Hey,
first.
whoa, James has been a part of this for a long time.
Fuck off. That's all I've got to say.
Now, there is one game from the Atari era that stinks. They released it very quickly in order to get it out for Christmas.
Ooh.
Pac-Man.
Close. Close.
Pac-Man is terrible on Atari, isn't it? It is
That
awful.
put suck balls. That sucked shit through a straw.
Yeah, it did.
E.T.
Uh.
E.T. A game that could never be defeated because they released it that quickly. Basically, the whole point of E.T. was you go around trying to collect bits of a phone that you put together so that you can phone home. But of course, you can never complete it because the game was left incomplete. So, Atari doing so badly, part of the video game crash, blah, 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 blah. Was it? No. Yes, it was part of the video game crash, sorry.
It was one of the games that contributed to it. Because
They
Atari lost a shit ton of money on that fucker.
dumped a load of them in the desert, and they had it all
I love
all
this story.
concreted over and all the rest of it. And now a bunch of people, for some reason, have decided that they're going to go and dig it up.
No.
I just think that's so funny, like, just the fact they
Now-
completely, like, the oversight of how much they were going to sell of this thing, and it was literally just, like, dumping it, sealing it in concrete in the middle of the desert, and walking
Now-
away, like,
Let's just have a look on eBay. So Atari ET, £3.66. Buy it now.
whoa,
This
it's
is
gone up in value.
yeah. This is a pound game on at car boots and stuff. It is fucking awful. Oh, there is a sealed one on here for £115, probably because these twats are going up to go and dig it all out. Anyway,
Thing is, though, is it really that awful? I mean, the guy had, like, 6 weeks to program the fucking thing to get it out
Yeah,
in time for
for-
Christmas.
fair enough. For the time that he had to do it, it was okay. But you still can't complete the game, which is a pretty major fault.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not sure what these people think that they're going to accomplish by doing this. You know, it just
Dispel the legend.
Yeah, it's for sale value, isn't it? It's for
Yeah.
the rarity thing, isn't it? It's I mean, would if it was a mile down my road, I'd do the same thing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, if I can make a few quid out of it, why not?
Is it basically
Is it-
not being made into a documentary?
yeah, that's the whole point.
Is it not part myth? Is there a definite? Did it definitely happen?
It
Or is
definitely
just sort of
happened.
Oh yeah,
urban
yeah,
legend?
Because they've had to get permission from the town where it was done to dig it up because it's underneath a
Right.
car park.
Right.
But it wasn't just like a few hundred copies. It was thousands of copies, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, absolutely. Thousands
Yeah.
upon thousands.
That's
Yeah.
mad.
So now it will go, when they get flooded into the market, it will go down from £3.66 to 0.66. And that's the ones where they can chip the fucking concrete away. So yeah, I was a little bit bemused by this, but yeah, you're absolutely right, Tom. They're making a documentary off the back of it. There's no significance to anybody who's actually interested.
Do you know what I think has spawned this? And not to evoke his name on our podcast, but
Angry Video Game
the
Nerd?
latest Angry Video Game Nerd movie is the script is about that very thing.
Yeah.
It's about going and searching for the dig site.
Yeah.
Is it out yet?
Not yet, no.
No.
I don't know how they could make a. I mean, what's the end result of the documentary? You dig it up. Oh, I found it. The end. What goes on in this? I mean, what's the? I didn't know there was a documentary. I mean, until you guys have just said, but I don't understand the.
I'm much of the
idea
same
behind
opinion. I think that they're cashing in on the current. There is a retro renaissance going on, if you'll pardon the pun, at the moment. So yeah, I think it's very much a cash in on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm not. Go
I
on,
bet you
James.
watch it though. I bet you'll still watch it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay for it though.
Yeah. No, yeah. True.
I kind of do want one of those cars. I can't lie.
Oh bloody hell! There's always one. There's
Yeah.
always one.
I love shitty games.
I know that you're playing them.
Come on, Super Monkey Dive I can.
Yeah, that's true. Right, next topic, because yeah, that just confuses me. Retro conventions. So,
Nerds. Joking.
I know that I'm going to try to go to it, and Carl's going to it. Revival, not
yeah,
Revival. Play
Expo.
Expo
Yeah.
in Manchester in October.
Yeah.
Where they have a replay section. Replay obviously just being a buzzword, a play on words for retro. Have you guys ever been to one? Tom, I'm guessing that you're the most likely here.
I've only ever been to Eurogamer,
Okay.
which was pretty fucking awesome, to be fair.
What year did you go to that?
I went, I think it was in 2010, and I was a bit gutted because the year after, a friend of mine went, and he said that there was almost like a retro walk thing. It's kind of gimmicky, but there was like NESs and Super Nintendo set up in there, and that sounded kind of cool. But yeah, when I went, it was mostly just new stuff. So I've never been to a retro convention as of yet.
I went it was, at the time, it was called CES, but it is now Eurogamer or whatever it is. And I played on the Cube when that first came out in 2001, I believe. But that's the only time I've ever been to one, and I'm really interested to know, is it good? The Revival footage that I've seen really makes me want to go more than anything. Just to try out some of those cooler consoles. I really want to try out a top loader NES, which I think that there's a YouTuber called Retro Dave Nintendo who's just picked up a top loader Famicom. It just looks really cool.
Yeah.
He picks up a ridiculous amount of stuff.
He does.
I don't know what he does for a job. He goes into people's attics and takes stuff.
That is more or less it, isn't it?
He does do that, but I can reveal something here. Exclusive. Do you know what he does? And it's not a bad idea. He got some cards made. With his number on and whatnot, and he goes to charity shops and things like that and gives them out. If you get any games or whatever, give me a call. And that's what he does. So, and it's not, if you think about it, it's not a bad idea. Because charity shops, they don't know what they've got.
Yeah.
So he gives a card out, oh, this is a video game. And he gives them out, here, there, and everywhere. And that's what he does.
I used to go to charity shops as a kid and buy Spectrum games by the fucking bucket load. It was great.
No way.
Yeah.
Good times. And they didn't know what they were. They were in with like the fucking Richard Marx tapes and...
Here's the thing. There's kind of layers, isn't there, of resellers. So what'll happen is guys will go into charity shops and on they'll place out ads saying any retro console bought, sold, whatever. And then they'll sell it on at the car boot for a profit. And sometimes those people are resellers as well who sell it on eBay, but that's then the next level. And it's so hard in Bristol to get into those charity shops because they know their mates work there on a Saturday or whatever, so they get all their shit held back for them and all this kind of stuff. It's a piss take, really. And at the car
That's my
boots,
addiction.
you have to be at the car boot fucking before anybody's set up to get anything decent where I am, to get anything decent. Or you've got to hope that the fuckers didn't see it.
That's it. I'll tell you something. I don't. Excuse me. The charity shops around here are awful. But, and this will piss you off, Chris, actually, because I didn't pick it up. Because if I did pick it up, it would have been going to you because I've no interest in it.
No, Shadowrun, isn't it?
No, it's worse than that. No, I went to the charity. You'll never believe this because I've never seen them before, or don't know if they're valuable or whatever. But I went in a charity shop local to me. Is it cancer research or whatever it is? I think it is cancer research or age concern or something like that. And they had, from what I could see, was about 5. I'm just picturing 5. They have 5. They have 5 sealed figures from Final Fantasy VII. Now, they look,
Fuckers.
You dickhead. Never mind about me. You could have sold those on. You knob rot.
honestly, I didn't know.
I'd have bought them.
They were $1.99 each, and they had the
No.
they had the big guy, the big muscly guy.
Barrett.
Mr. T.
They had the guy. They had the Cloud. They had the Cloud with the big sword behind his back or whatever it is.
The Buster Sword, yeah.
They had a guy who's like in red. He's got a red cloak.
Vincent.
Red and black. But yeah,
I've got a
and they
Vincent figure. Oh man, I'd have killed for those, you bastard.
I know. Well, I nearly went back for him, but I just got waylaid because my daughter was with me, and they were $1.99 a piece. And I looked at them; they were all sealed in the package, but they looked old as well. They looked like they had some wear on the packaging kind of thing.
Are you saying that's Isabella's fault?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You.
No, because I wouldn't have bought them. Oh, funny thing is, she actually did buy something from that charity shop for £1.99p. But yeah, that's it. So I just thought I'd push that in there. You know, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. But you was on about retro conventions, were you? I've never been to one, but I'm looking forward to one the one this year.
Replay.
Yeah, I've got tickets to both days. I'm going to stay over. I believe.
I found my mate who's a student at Manchester University actually lives next to the convention centre, so he's putting me up for the night, and he's going to do the cosplay stuff. So I think he's going dressed as something or other there.
Oh right, okay. Oh well, you quid's in then, aren't you? It's cheap. Are you guys going, James, Thomas? No interest.
No, it's all interest, but A, it's a bit far away for me, and B, none of my friends are into this sort of side of things. To be fair, not to this sort of degree. So I've got no friends, and I live too far away, basically.
Yeah.
You're a Larry no mates. I suppose for you, Manchester is. You'd have to go across to Glasgow and then down the M6, wouldn't you?
No. I would just go down. What side of the country is Manchester on?
A7, you'd go down.
I'd go down the A7 or down Carlisle.
Yeah.
One of the two. Yeah, A7 or A68. I don't know what way.
But yeah, I've just looked at it on a map from where you are.
Yeah. It's not actually that far. Well, a couple hours, I think.
3 hours.
3 hours, is it?
Yeah,
There
so
you go.
it's about the same as me, but I'm obviously more dedicated to the cause.
Or you have friends.
or I have friends. But I'm
Friends.
going to get the train as well because it's just easier.
Yeah. See, I don't live near trains.
No,
You don't live near bloody internet connections, you.
Or electricity or water.
Yeah. You still got paraffin lamps, haven't you, to light your
James
house?
has to cycle 20 miles every day for fresh water. With
Yeah.
your help.
Yeah. £5 a day will help him.
do you know what you'd have to do? You'd have to get 2 buses. You'd have to get a bus up to Edinburgh, and then get a train down to Manchester, mate.
I know, it's fucking ridiculous.
That is silly. You'd have to go north to go south.
I know.
I think
It's
it,
fucking true.
I think you should consider it, James, because like I think a lot of people that are going there, you'll know. So you're with friends, really. It's
When is it? When is it?
It's
October.
October the 12th, and is it 12th and 13th? I definitely think you should consider it because the amount of people that you'll see and the amount of people that I know that are going from YouTube that I've never met before.
Oh, boys, could you imagine it? We could do a live show.
Oh.
Live
you
from the
go.
convention. We could
I
get a
can't-
hotel room.
I can't even get a fucking recorded show done, let alone a live one. Jesus Christ.
That'd be epic.
No, but it's, you definitely should consider it. You should because it's only, I mean, for 2 days, it's 22 quid, I think, for 2 days, and for one
Is
day.
that it?
That is
Yeah.
it for but I believe if you want to play on things, I think there's a video on YouTube from last year, and it's got pinball machines. I mean, I fucking love them. Pinball machines lined up to the rafters. And then arcade machines. Everything's there, just everything that you can play on. But I believe Sunday's the best day to play on. And Saturday's the day where everyone's going for the sellers, they're going for the few games here and there, but it's like bedlam. Because they've got stalls as well. But you should definitely check it out. So I think this is the biggest event, is it not, in the UK that does the retro gaming scene? And I think this
again. Sorry.
it's called Play Expo.
Right.
You can do what I did. You can actually print your tickets off. you can buy them now and print them, so your tickets.
And all the YouTubers are having a gay gangbang in one hotel. So you could do that.
Yeah, I am. That's why I'm going. Fuck your games. I want the gangbang.
And Revival, they've just come across it now on Facebook. They're doing a mini event in late November as well, in Kenilworth.
Where
Is
the
this your
fuck
eight-
is Kenilworth?
That's a very good question. Just outside Coventry.
All right. Where the fuck is Coventry?
Near me.
All right. Okay.
That's
not
pretty close,
going
actually.
there then.
It's sort of between me and Woodland. It's the centre. The centre of me and Woodland.
Anywhere close to you, I'm not going.
Who can blame you? But yeah, no, I've just looked at it. Kenilworth is between Coventry and Royal Leamington Spa.
Nuneaton Spa.
Royal Leamington Spa, of course, being the birthplace of Randolph Turpin. Very famous British boxer.
Never heard of him.
That's because you're an uncouth northerner. Is that too much of a difficult word for you? Sorry. Because you're a thick northerner. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know these fancy words that you keep making up that I'm pretty sure are fucking bullshit.
Like
Tasker.
Jobbies.
What was the other one you said? Uncouth. Yeah, uncouth. That was it, wasn't it? Yeah,
Uncouth, yeah.
yeah. Bollocks to it. Speak proper English, mate.
Jobbies.
Job is shit. Is that shit? You're gonna set me off now. Job me off. Fuck it. I don't know.
Oh, dear.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
And so,
You've tickled me.
Jobby.
Jobby, what the fuck, Job? Sorry.
That's all right.
Continue. I can't.
I'll try.
Oh,
So
sorry.
yeah, there are smaller ones, but I suppose is from what I gather, Play is the big one for retro in the UK.
I believe so.
In America, coming up is the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, which is the big one over there, as far as I know, in Portland, Oregon. Which is nowhere near me, so perhaps he'll go. Perhaps Woodland will go over and have a look. It's near Seattle, Woodland. Is that far enough away from me?
That is as far as west of America you can get.
Yeah, that's right. Almost Canada, in fact. You could take a day trip up to see Grub Gun in Vancouver.
You can indeed, yeah.
From there,
Is that where
Anyway.
he's from? Is that where he's from?
Vancouver. Yep.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
I only know that because he did a video, and I'd been to the Stanley Park area where he was shooting the video.
Oh,
So-
when he was out and about, yeah.
I was like, "Fuck me, I've been there." So no, I pulled my mate's mum over there, but that's a different story. Anyway,
Well,
You don't do your mate's mums. That's just fucking wrong.
well, she was blind. Leave her alone.
Sorry.
anyway, moving on from that. There's the conversation killer. So, I fucked your mum. No.
She was blind. Go on.
Homebrews. Homebrews being the act of somebody making up their own little game on the NES, Master System, whatever. Sometimes putting it out on cart, sometimes mostly putting it out on ROM, though. Some pretty decent ones. And I played my first one the other day, and it really got me looking into them. So the first one that I played was Halo on the Atari 2600.
Brilliant.
No way.
And it was developed by a guy from Bungie Studios. And it's fantastic. It's really, really good.
I've never heard of it. I've never heard of this.
They've
Never.
even got their own proper cart for it as well. I'm just having a look. That's
Yep.
insane.
Halo 2600,
That's
fantastic game. It's really, really good. I recommend everyone gets it and tries it. Tom, you sounded like you'd played it before.
Yes.
Very difficult in the style of Atari games. And
It is.
once you go through it, becomes even more bloody difficult.
It was
in the style
basically
of
just
Atari.
like it was almost like a tech demo made by Ed Fries, who he was the vice president of game publishing at Microsoft.
That's the one. Sorry, it wasn't Bungie. Sorry, he was part of Microsoft. I do beg your pardon.
Oh, he did. He was involved with Bungie.
But basically, he did some. This game does work really well. So you start as the Master Chief. You can get a couple of upgrades. The main upgrade being that you can shoot faster and you can walk faster. It's very, very difficult. It's a great game, and I really, really love it. And then I started looking into it, and people have done extra episodes, if you will, of Super Mario World on the SNES, which again are really, really polished and don't look out of place. And you could play them on an EverDrive or EverCart or whatever it's fucking called on the SNES. But they are really cool. So I wanted to ask you guys, I mean, Tom, you sound like you've got a bit of experience with them, so we'll leave you till last.
Yeah.
Carl, Woodlin, have you played any homebrew games?
It's funny. It's funny you asking this because one of my I haven't played any, but I was very interested in one game that I saw yesterday, and I love All Mummy on the Amstrad, and it's on All Mummy. It's like kind of like a Pac-Man kind of thing with a twist, and I love All Mummy. And I was searching, as I'm a new Mega Drive owner from yesterday, searching the eBay, and then I come across All Mummy Homebrew, and it was a complete cartridged copy of All Mummy redone for the Mega Drive. And I thought, wow, this is I love this. But at the bidding it was 51 quid.
Cool.
I haven't experienced playing homebrew stuff. No, not really. Apart from, I mean, does the indie games thing on Xbox 360 count for that?
No.
Well, then I've never played it.
It's much in the. I should say though, it is much in the same spirit. Games like Super Meat Boy, Fez, Braid, all those kind of games are much in the spirit of homebrew and putting stuff out there. It's just that they use modern technology because they can reach more people on that platform.
Yeah. But no, I haven't experienced it. I haven't played it. But the All Mummy on Mega Drive, it did. Never heard of it, never seen it, and did intrigue me. But that's it, yeah.
Monkey Spaz?
No. Next. No, it's something aware of it to a certain degree through emulators that I used to use a good few years back, but never really got into it or looked into it, especially not real physical cards as such, like what Carl was just saying with the Oh Mummy. But that's quite interesting, especially considering how much you were saying that was going for.
Yeah, at the time, yeah, 51 quid. I think there's
Crazy.
3 hours left, yeah. So yeah, but it looked authentic. It looked like a regular release. You know, it just looked brilliant. It just looked awesome. It really did.
Yeah, no, I've just seen one now, Carl. You're quite right. 7 bids and it's on 1462 already.
Right. Okay. Right.
On Oh Mummy, and the one that you were talking about in the end, I presume it's that one, sold for £62.
And there you go. Yeah. So what's that all about? Who does this thing? Who does these? I don't understand what this is all about. Who produces? Who can? I wouldn't say mass produce because it's not mass produced, is it? But there's a market there for it at £62 for that one game. So there's the market. So...
It was this Oh Mummy. I know a bit of backstory about it. It was actually released in by I want to say Alternativo, and basically it's just a port. But it's now they've stopped doing it. So because they've stopped doing that homebrew and it's out of print as well, it is even more expensive.
Yeah, out of print. It did say that on the listing. Yeah, that's right.
But like you said, it's a great game.
So what's it a port of? Is it an arcade? Is there an arcade version of it? Is that what it's the port of?
Oh, I don't think it's an arcade. I think it was home computers. I think it was like Commodore. No, it was Amstrad. It's also on Commodore, which I didn't know. I thought it was an Amstrad CPC exclusive because I used to love it.
I didn't know it was on the...
Yeah, I think it's on Commodore because...
it was Spectrum, mate.
Spectrum, Spectrum. Yeah, because Retro Dave Nintendo showed me his copy of it, and I had no idea that it was on there. But when I was searching, like I say, for Mega Drive, I was just so astounded by it. And Homebrew, one of the what we were going to talk about, I just couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it at all. And also, Homebrew. Is this included? There's a game, Dreamcast games. People are still making games for Dreamcast.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's Homebrew all over. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm a big fan of these. Like Border Down was one of them. Right now, there's Gunlord. Gunlord, I am gonna buy. They're still supporting the Dreamcast, but they're always shooters, aren't they? And that's no bad thing because I love those.
Well, the Dreamcast is a shooter heaven, really.
Yeah, well, the Dreamcast is my favourite console ever. I absolutely love it.
It's what Why are you collecting for the GameCube then, Carl, if you don't mind me asking?
Because, I'll tell you exactly why. I have everything on Dreamcast via...
discs.
Backup copies. Before YouTube or anything like that, I did collect for GameCube and Dreamcast. My Dreamcast collection was very extensive. I had everything, every add-on, arcade stick, the bloody maraca, just everything. I had absolutely everything because at the time I worked in a video game store as well, so it was easily accessible for me to get them at a cheap price. I love the Dreamcast, but nowadays I don't find myself wanting to collect for it, but I'd like to play the games. I just want to play them. And the GameCube stuff is... The funny thing about my GameCube stuff is I've got like 120, 30, 40, 50 games, whatever it is. I don't play them. I'm on Master System. I'm on my DS. I'm on MAME. It's weird. But I couldn't part with them. I can't explain that. I guess that's a collecting habits thing. That's for another episode, isn't it? But yeah, the Dreamcast is super because I love arcade games. Arcade games is what I love, and the Dreamcast is just full of them. That's it, full of them.
Okay.
But I think
Yeah.
I think Thomas was next on his homebrew experiences.
Yeah, come on, Tom. Let's hear what you've played and what you think. Give us some recommendations.
Homebrew. Well, my first homebrew experience was I'd basically after I got a Virtual Boy. For a few years, I'd heard about people talking about basically flash carts that a guy called fuck, his name escapes me now. It's Richard something. Anyway, he makes these flash carts for the Virtual Boy, which you can basically load ROMs onto and just kind of plug them straight in, which is really handy if you don't want to spend like £500 on some of the more fucking rare Virtual Boy games that are around, like the Gundam games and shit like that. But anyway, I managed to get one of these carts. Well, I spoke to him and managed to get him to make me one of these, and it was probably one of the best things I've ever bought because I've basically got not only access to a full library of Virtual Boy games, but also all the homebrew stuff that's been made for it. And people have done some really fucking interesting things with like that kind of hardware infrastructure with the the 3D kind of thing. People have done some insane stuff like first-person shooters and some really good homebrew stuff for the Virtual Boy. Also, like someone said, the Dreamcast as well. Like I've heard sort of people ported like Doom to Dreamcast, and there's been like Half-Life and Counter-Strike deep like Dreamcast homebrew projects and stuff. NES games, there's a lot of cool homebrew stuff for NES. Some really wacky stuff as well. My favourite being Dickie Penguin in Technical Knockout for the Third Reich. There was another one as well that I was reading about the other day. It sounds really cool. On the it's for the Amstrad, called Orion Prime, and it's basically like a almost like a horror adventure game, but on the Amstrad. And you should try and look this up, Orion Prime, because they had such limited tools to work with, and they've done some really fucking amazing stuff. Like, it is genuinely quite a scary game. I mean, for an Amstrad game to be scary it does take some doing. But
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much. I think Dreamcast homebrew scene is like really still probably the most active, I'd say.
What about the Wii? Because I know back in the day, a wee while ago when I had a Wii, you could hack it and there was a homebrew channel, but I never really looked into it that much. But
No, I've never really looked into this. It could be interesting.
Well, I think the homebrew channel is just is not usually. Well, no, there are some games on there, but the homebrew channel is all about the apps as well that people have made. Like your SNES things. But there are some games on there, but the ones that I've played are just like you where can I say, your basic bat and ball games, Arkanoid style games, things like that. Very very, very big. Not that they're bad games. I'm just saying they're not anything groundbreaking, But yeah, I never knew about. I think the Dreamcast, like you said, Thomas, the Dreamcast is the very best console. Well, not the very best console, but the very best homebrew games are coming out for the Dreamcast. Like I said, with the Border Down, the Gunlords. What was the other one? There's a ton of games that have come out for it that are indie developers and whatnot, or homebrew.
See, I always wondered whether the fact that the Dreamcast has such an active homebrew development scene could have anything to do with the fact that the Dreamcast itself is actually a Windows-based operating system. If you look on the front of the Dreamcast, it's powered by Windows CE.
Yeah,
so I don't know if that has anything to do with it, if that makes it easier to develop because you don't hear much homebrew Sega Saturn games being made, do you really? Because that thing was an absolute fucking bitch to work on.
Yeah, you've got a point there. I never thought of it that way, but I think you've got a point. Yeah,
it's why most games are made cross-platform. That is, are made for the Xbox 360 first, and then ported across to PlayStation 3, because it's just easier to program on a Microsoft-based system.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Homebrew.
So that's our thoughts on homebrew. So make sure that we all check out. Shut up! Stop getting off on your star wanking.
There's a star way.
Oh yeah,
somebody
I
please-
love that.
somebody do a video with that music in the background. Show me what a Star Wank is, please.
So,
Let
check
the
out.
children boogie.
Definitely check out Halo 2600 though. That would be my advice because it's a fantastic game. And anything that these monkeys say is probably good too.
Also,
So-
Mega Man 2600. You should check that out.
Really, I'm gonna
Mm.
check that out. That sounds like a good shout to me. Imports. Imports is something that's been in the back of my mind for a while. Just because I just seem to be missing out on a lot, particularly not so much from the American market, but from the Asian market.
I was about to say to jump back and talk about Sega Saturn. I know I crapped on it before, but in terms of like if you want a system that you're going to end up importing a lot of games for, then it is the Sega Saturn, because there is just so much shit in Japan for that thing that just never came out over in any other territories. Like really fucking good games as well, super good games, and it's just it's annoying, but yeah, definitely worth importing Saturn games because Japan got a lot of shit we didn't.
You don't find the problem with it, obviously, is that especially when you look at Japan games, is the fact that obviously it's not in English.
Yeah,
The-
unless
the
it's an
reason I say that
RPG,
is-
you don't need to worry that like too
Yeah,
much. there.
I had a few SNES Japanese games when I was a kid, but
Super
half of them-
Famicom.
Yes, that's it. But half of them I never knew what was going on because the language was obviously not in English.
Or
I tried playing
Scottish.
through Final Fantasy V on Super Famicom like 6 fucking times. I just can't do it.
I can imagine.
Yeah, for the RPG element, I know there's some. You can get ROM patches, can't you, for like Seikendetsu 3 and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But yeah, I just and that's what sparked it off so many years ago was that I played through Seikendetsu 3 with the ROM patch, and it's just such a great game, and I really feel like missing out on a lot of stuff that.
not as good as the prequel, but still pretty good. But they had to cut a lot out of Seiken Densetsu 3 because essentially it was meant to be for the Super Nintendo CD add-on.
Yeah.
Oh.
But Nintendo were fuckers with their cartridge rules.
If only that happened, then the world might have been a different place.
It could have been. There would be no PlayStation.
Exactly.
And Sega might still be alive.
Yay! Exactly.
But the Sega thing's interesting because there's a lot of rumours going around about the Dreamcast 2 at the minute, but we won't
Whoa.
get into that for now. That's
Whoa.
another topic. I'm going to do some research onto that so we can do that for another week.
Citation needed, buddy.
Citation needed. Although I did see the Pluto recently.
The Pluto?
The
Yeah, I saw
Pluto.
that as well.
Like the Neptune?
No, much better than the Neptune. So I'll get up the details here. It just really there was a Sega employee who had one of these in his garage, and it was only released last month. Like he put it up on the assembler game forums. It's nearly identical to the Saturn, but it's got a Netlink modem built into it.
Oh.
And it has a flip top drive bay and a cart slot.
It looks nice, though. It does look quite nice.
Yep, it looks very cool. Someone, funnily, I'm just reading on Wikipedia here. Someone found one at a flea market, and sold it for $15,000.
Oh.
And that's apart from the one that the Sega employee had. That's the only other one that's ever been found.
Do you know what kind of hardware it was packing?
It's similar to Saturn.
It is
Okay,
Saturn
was-
hardware,
Yeah,
is it not?
it's essentially a Saturn, but with a Netlink built into it.
So is this going to be like another stopgap between the 32X and the Saturn?
Yeah, probably.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck, Sega? You're just releasing so many friggin' consoles all at the same time. Like, you can't do that because you're competing with yourself.
Well, I
It's
think that
retarded.
this was supposed to be like a second model Saturn, so between a Saturn and a Dreamcast.
Oh,
So kind of like a beefed up Saturn, if you will.
nice.
I'll include a link in the description to the Pluto video because there's a Pluto video on YouTube as well.
Have you ever seen the white Japanese Sega Saturn? That is nice looking console. I want one of those.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't seen
Oh
that.
yeah, it's like a glossy white looking. Oh,
Yeah, I've seen it. It's got a red button or something, is it not as well?
that's
A red.
right. It's got a
Yeah,
naughty
I've seen
red
it.
button. Such a naughty red button.
Naughty. Filth.
So the Pluto was put up on Game Gavel, which is like a gamer version of eBay. And starting bid was $1 with increments of $100. And it sold for $7,600. This Pluto. And the sad thing is that would do really well in the retro video game museum or something like that. But it won't. It'll go to some collector or hide it away behind a shelf somewhere, which is a little bit sad.
Now he'll put it just in view the next time he does a fucking YouTube video where he's being all snarky and talking about his yeah,
exactly. But it does look cool. Kind of like almost like a slightly larger version of a PS2 Slim. So with that top loader thing, and then it has a power open and reset, 2 controller ports, standard Sega stuff. But yeah, it's interesting. So I think that's just about it for now. Unless Carl, you've just got an Asian Mega Drive. Carl?
Yes, I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's asleep.
No, I'm not asleep. No, I'm listening.
Any thoughts on imports before we close off?
I think for me, imports are a bit of a fanboy thing. I really, for me, I'll buy an import if it's an exclusive and I can't get it. But I think a lot of collectors want the Japanese version of something, or just because it's a Japanese version of that something.
Okay, so just having, say, you had Mario 3 on the NES and then you got Mario 3 on the Famicom, that's pointless, yeah? I think we can all pretty much agree on that.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going for. Yeah, that's exclusives are fine for importing, but for me, I think it's pretty pointless. Just to buy an import just because it's an import when you can get the PAL version. That's my view, anyway.
Okay, so with stuff like Earthbound, where it didn't come out in PAL.
Yeah, well, that's an amazing game. I played that on emulation actually. Absolutely amazing game. But why? I think are they not gonna release that? I think they're gonna bring it out in the eShop or something like that.
Virtual console, yeah.
Yeah, virtual console. So
I've seen reproduction or whatever you want to call it. I don't know, a reproduction cartridge. Is that what you want to call it?
Yeah.
On
homebrew? Is it a homebrew one?
Yeah, probably. I don't know, but basically it looks the exact same like a normal SNES PAL cartridge, but it's got the game on it. I've seen that on eBay for about 40 quid, I think, before.
Yeah, well, this is it. It's a cheaper variant. It's the same as you can get it. You can get the Game Boy carts for Pokemon, which are rip-offs for £2 instead of paying 10.
Yeah, you've got to be careful, haven't you?
Yeah.
What you buy. I mean,
as long as you're not paying over the odds for something that you think is something, but it turns out it's not, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple of knockoffs, but the guy who I bought them off said, these are knockoffs or whatever, they're bootlegs, as he calls them. So, and that was a couple of GBA games. So, yeah, I was okay with that. It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
So, I think that's just about it for today. Are we all good here?
Yes.
Yeah, remember and press save.
Press save. Oh, no, it does it automatically anyway. Closing thoughts, Tom?
Come back to me, man. Come back to me.
Starwank James?
I like peanut butter and cheese on toast.
Oh, you fucking animal.
Really? Is that a serious thing?
Yeah, with ketchup on top as well. That's my thought of the day. There you go.
Fucks. You're not
Try
going to
it.
live past 40.
Jesus Christ.
I know why you said that, yeah. Oh, brilliant. Hey, I'll tell you something though. I love peanut butter. And I've never tried it on cheese on toast, but I swear to God, I will do. It sounds
it.
fantastic. It sounds fantastic. But tomato sauce, fuck that shit. It's all about brown sauce. Brown sauce is best.
No, brown sauce doesn't work with peanut butter, you see.
Grilled cheese and peanut butter sandwich recipe. It's real.
Fuck, awesome. I love it. I'm doing it.
Is it a real recipe?
Yeah. It's on,
I invented that shit. I invented it.
it's on allrecipes.com.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, quickly on that. Elvis, every day, used to eat 3 great big hoagies, he called them, these long sandwiches. Bacon, peanut butter, jam, or peanut butter jelly. And that was his sandwich. He used to eat 3 of those, and that's all he'd eat all day. And that's
Bacon
why...
and peanut butter.
Yep. And jam. And
Oh.
that's why Elvis died on the toilet.
Exactly.
A daft
So-
bastard.
Back to Tom. Anything left, Tom?
Not really, man. I've got to get back to my escaping my grandfather who's trying to rape me.
I wondered what you were on about.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried then, and then you said raping you, and I thought it was just another evening for Tom.
It is. Come on, it is, man.
Here's St. It's, yeah, where your brother's your mother.
Daddy, are you sure this is right?
Well, listen,
There, and there.
we'd like to thank Woodland for fuck's sakes. We'd like to thank
Back to you, Tree.
Woodland for coming back and confirming that he's going to be a regular podcaster with us.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah,
so-
we should all get tattoos.
Yeah, we should,
RP,
absolutely, absolutely.
recommended retail price. Let's get that. 50 pence.
That's too much. Pricey, you.
Well, I'm southerner.
I'll buy that for $1.
Thank you everybody for listening, and we apologise, or I apologise for the delay, and hopefully it's going to be better than ever now with Woodland involved, because we have 2 comedy people, me sort of hosting this group of animals, and Tom our technical guru who knows the inside out of every retro console in the world. So
He does, doesn't he? He knows his fucking shit, him.
thanks.
I can't get. Yeah, sorry. I'm
That's
interrupting.
all
you.
right, you can't.
I'm just saying. No. I'm just saying. Thomas knows every name of every developer that's ever made a game in the entire history of gaming. He knows them all.
Even the hidden messages and the super shitty ones about licking pussy.
Exactly. Pussy shit. And he's getting all that flack for licking a fucking cat. I don't get it.
And that's what it's all about.
Sorry, I've interrupted you there.
Could have been worse. Could have been Schrodinger's cat. And on that quantum mechanics tidbit, we leave you. Thank you and good night.